Hello Gemini, welcome to your tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is a timeless reading, which means whenever you happen to be watching this reading was meant to find you. Okay, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now it is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. Right? And remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there is a 10 of Swords, and that's going to start us out today. All right, we're going to do our Dove and Serpent spread. Oh, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got quite a bit of major arcana over here. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. All right. We're going to continue with the Path of the Serpent here. Got some air energy on this side. Okay. Mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. We're going to use for that the Rider-Waite-Smith. I've been really enjoying the Rider-Waite-Smith lately. We're going to select one card at random, and we're going to set this aside. We'll put the frog right on top of it. And that card hopefully will tie everything together, give us the confirmation that we need at the very end of the reading, right? So looking around here, we've got major, 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 major. God, a lot of majors. This doesn't really happen often. This is quite a special thing for Gemini. You've been having some really good, really good readings lately. And I'm definitely happy about that. We've got this 10 of Swords. We've got some other Swords energy to deal with on the Path of the Serpent as well. You know, a little bit of fire too, which is good. Starting with this 10 of Swords, though, I feel like maybe there's somebody in your life that is you're kind of at odds with. I feel like someone's kind of disagreeing with you about something. It could be, well, they could be a Cancer. I'm getting an idea of them being a water sign, right? Because of this Prince of Cups in the kind of what's before us position. What's in front of us could be the immediate future. This might be kind of what's in our way right now. And then over here on the Path of the Serpent, we have this Chariot, which rules the sign of Cancer. So it could be that this water sign is more specifically a Cancer sign person in your life, okay? But I feel like there is some kind of discord with this person. Like they don't agree with you about something, or they just seem like they have this kind of negative energy toward you, almost like they're kind of telling you what to do or telling you what you should be doing. You know, I kind of get this vibe like they don't really approve of what you're doing right now, right? And then, of course, what you're doing, I think, is represented by not only this Magician or Mercury energy, but by this Sun card, by this Wheel of Fortune card, by this Five of Wands, right? So all of these things together, I feel like you are really, you're feeling very excited about something. You know, I think there's this really active, excited energy. Either you're experiencing it now or it's coming very soon into your life, okay? And it could be because we're kind of getting into your birthday month, the birthday season, Gemini season. You're starting to feel a little bit of elation, okay? I feel like this positive energy, this optimism, this really vibrant, active energy is coming in, okay? And with the Mercury and, you know, the Magician and this Wheel of Fortune energy, I wonder if you might be, and then, of course, with the Sun and with all of the energy here, it all kind of points toward you having this very active energy, this very kind of elated and excited, almost like an anxious kind of energy, but in a very positive way. I almost wonder if you're starting to, you know, like overspend, or you're starting to just like kind of indulge in a lot of things, like make a lot of purchases. You see something you like, you go out and get it. I feel like you're kind of, you might be overdoing it a little bit, right? At least according to this water sign person. and this Ten of Swords. They might be looking at what you're doing. Maybe you're feeling very generous. Maybe you're going out to eat. Maybe you're taking your friends out. You're going out with your significant other. Maybe you're treating yourself to things, right? You're treating yourself to things. There's some water sign person in your life that kind of is looking down on that a little bit, right? And I don't think it really bothers you. We see some other attempts on the path of the serpent to bother you, but I don't think it does. Because of all this very positive major arcana, and because of this fire energy, even this Tower card up here, very strong fire. The sun here, the sun is just a mass of fiery energy, right? These swords are no match for this kind of major influence right here, right? But I feel, nevertheless, that they do kind of wish that you would tone it down, wish that you would rein it in a little bit, maybe stop spending so much, stop indulging in so much. And that's fine. I feel like they can talk and talk and talk, but you're in such a positive state right now, okay? And like I said, it could be, that we're entering Gemini season, your birthday's coming up, you're starting to feel the excitement. Maybe it's a milestone birthday for you, or there's something very exciting that you're looking forward to, and you're starting to get into the spirit of the thing, right? I mean, I'm kind of catching that spirit too, just sitting here. I can't really keep still with this energy, okay? So I'd rather focus on that positive energy than on this negative air energy coming from this water sign person, okay? So we're going to put this card down, and we're going to move on to the Wheel of Fortune. Now, this is a lot of generosity. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune is pretty much what it says, right? It's fortune. It's good fortune. It's a turn for the better. It's things improving, right? So this is kind of leading me down this path of, this is going to be a spectacular month for you, right? It's almost just like it's going to be 30 days of your birthday, right? Every day is going to feel like it's just another celebration for you, okay? And it could be that you're expecting something in the next 30 days or so that's very exciting for you. It could be the birthday. This could be a completely kind of unexpected energy that enters your life, okay? And it's going to bring with it this sense of just kind of wanting to go out and live large, right? Everything that you do, you're going to want to do it big, okay? And that's this Jupiter energy. Jupiter's all about expansiveness, right? There's no small parties for Jupiter. It's huge gatherings, right? Nothing is done in miniature. Everything is on a grand scale, okay? Everything is as big and as boisterous and as loud and it's such an amazing celebration with the Jupiter energy, okay? And that, I think, especially coupled with this Sun card down here and the Mercury energy and the Tower energy, you've got all of this terrific energy in a very nice configuration, okay? There is the challenge with the air and this water sign person, but I think that's just kind of like, it's going to be just like water right off a duck's back. It's not really going to bother you. I don't know who this person is, if it's somebody that you live with, if it's a kind of a maternal figure, perhaps, if it is maybe a significant other, is just kind of asking you to kind of mellow out a little bit, right? I feel like that's not going to happen. Down beneath everything, we've got this Sun card. Now, this sun is out there day and night, rain or shine, just blazing with this intense fiery energy, this heat, this light, right, is just kind of in the center of the sky where everyone can see, is just loud, large and in charge, And I feel like this is the energy that's coming for you. This is a real optimism. This is a real sense of just wanting to shine, like 24/7, like just the party never stops, right? And this card is also talking about some kind of financial success. So I feel like because this card's at the bottom of the path of the dove, that a lot of this celebration It could be literally based on the sun, and it's yet another trip around the sun for you. So it's, your solar return celebration. But on a different level, this card could be indicating that there is a large success coming your way. There is a huge attainment either in your business, your career, some kind of major accomplishment in your life, something that you've been working toward. That is going to be that big celebration. Then you're going to want to just kind of go out and paint the town, as they say, right? I'm kind of getting the image of someone just with a cigar and just with money, just kind of, just making it rain all day, all night, right? Not that I condone smoking, no. But that's the kind of energy that we have. It's just this really big, vibrant energy that I'm feeling. Okay. And along that business line or the major accomplishment, we also have this magician energy. Now, this is what is behind you. Okay. And I think if we're talking about this major accomplishment or some kind of business thing, it's almost like that transaction that you were waiting for, that contract that you wanted to land, that sale that you wanted to make, that job that you wanted to obtain. I feel like that's the accomplishment, okay? It's some kind of a business transaction or a business deal or a contract of some kind, because Mercury here, the magician, is the patron of merchants and business and transactions, right? The exchange of things. So I wonder if there is some kind of, like I said, a contract or a transaction of some kind, a payout of some kind, a dividend, something that you've been waiting for or working toward, that now it's about to hit. And you really are excited. You feel that anticipation, and you're starting to kind of in some ways spend the money before it comes in. And that could be where this water sign person is saying, look, you've got to be a little careful with kind of how you're reacting to this, or how you're spending, or how you're behaving, so that it's not like, the person who wins the lottery and then in a month it's all gone, right? We don't want to be that. And that, I think, is also on your mind because of this tower energy. It's at the top of the path of the dove. You're aware of the risk, right? I think that you, either through this water sign person bringing it to your awareness, or it's something that you kind of already know that, look, there is the risk of like getting a bunch of money and blowing it. There is a risk of kind of celebrating too much, and you begin to have a kind of more destructive, become a more destructive force in your life, right? When we kind of overdo things, when we kind of exceed the limitations that should be there. So I think it's something that's within your awareness already. That there's a risk here. And even if this isn't some kind of a monetary windfall or a financial gain or something, the celebratory energy, that if it's taken too far, it could have some negative consequences, okay? Burning the candle at both ends, draining your physical life as well as your bank account and your pocketbook, right? So the tower energy is there as a kind of awareness. It's in the back of your mind that, look, I want to indulge. I want to celebrate this. You've worked hard, whatever the cause for celebration may be, whether it's the solar return, whether it's a business transaction or something else. You deserve to celebrate it, right? You've earned this. You've made that trip around the sun, okay? And you owe it to yourself to enjoy that, okay? But there's always this idea that, okay, I need to be a little bit careful, okay? Now, over on the path of the serpent, we have some fire energy that we start out with. And I feel like this is kind of, this is you really pushing the boundaries. The tower energy there is a very active, very fiery kind of energy. And I think with the Five of Wands, you're kind of pushing that as far as you can, you know. And you may be the type of person that really does like to push things to the very edge, you know, to the very, very limit. It's like you want to red line that engine for as long as you can and maybe see how long you can last. It's almost too like in kind of a less active kind of way. You might be the type of person that likes to keep driving the car even after the check engine light, or the gas light, right, comes on. Not the check engine light. We don't want that one. But the gas light. When that one comes on, you know that you've still got, 30, 40 miles left to drive, maybe. So maybe you're that kind of person that likes to see how far you can stretch it and still make it to the gas station or still make it to where you're going without kind of stalling out and having that kind of disaster, you know. So you could really be kind of pushing things to the edge, pushing things to the limit, all right? And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think you know the risks. We've got that Tower energy. You know that, look, you could run out of gas. You could be on the side of the road and have to call a tow truck or whoever you call. So it's like there's this this real urge to be larger than life, you know. There's this real desire to feel like you've made it, to feel like this is your success, this is your time, and no one's going to take it away from you. Especially not this water sign person. Now, I don't know, again, if this is an older sibling. I'm getting the idea kind of that this is like a sibling, like a brother or a sister, someone that's a similar age to you. It could be a friend. I don't feel like it's a parent or anything. I feel like it's someone that's like a peer, similar age as you. And I feel like they just kind of disapprove of things. But really, I think what's going on, now we didn't talk too much about this Prince of Cups. I think what's going on with this person is that they kind of, they wish that they had that kind of vibe. You know, they wish that they had that energy to dare to push the envelope, to dare to push things to their limit. You know, I feel like this person tries to be very practical. They maybe have their own success in life. They've got their own stuff going on, but they're just not comfortable enough to really live it up. Do you know what I mean? Like they tend to play it safe. Okay. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I think playing it safe is perfectly safe. But they look at you with a little bit of envy, it feels like. Like they wish that they could just kind of let loose and be the center of attention, be this shining sun, right? And push things to red line, push things to their kind of almost breaking point. But they kind of play it safe. And we also see that here with the Chariot energy. I feel like they're the person who, as soon as the gas tank gets about halfway, they go and fill up, right? They like to play it safe. They like to have backup plans for their backup plans. They don't want any surprises. They don't take any kind of risks. If they do, it's a very safe, a very calculated risk. Whereas you, on the other hand, that check engine light, I keep saying check engine light. I wonder if there's something about that. The gas light. Whenever that gas light comes on, it's almost like you just start driving faster and you start driving, you know, out into the middle of nowhere, like further from where a gas station might be, right? So I think it's part of this. I don't feel like you're always like that. I feel like with this kind of month, with the next few weeks perhaps, that there's this increase of this kind of fervor, right? Or fury even. It's this intense kind of energy that I think is just like, it makes you a little bit wild, if I can be honest with you, you know? And I really think that this water sign person, if maybe they are a Cancer person, I think that they wish that they had a little bit of that, you know? So rather than try to do that for themselves or try to kind of step out of their own comfort zone, I feel like they're just kind of bagging on you a little bit, you know? It's they have just enough envy where they won't do anything to change their behavior because they won't admit that they kind of wish they had a little bit of that risk-taking energy. You know, maybe they have even more to celebrate than you do, but they just don't seem to really indulge in it. They don't enjoy it the same way that it feels like you are, you know. And with that, we do have to remain sensible. We have to keep a good head on our shoulders. This is the Seven of Swords. This is a card that's saying that all of this kind of good luck, all of this celebration, all of this achievement, whatever it is that's going on, really could throw you off course, really could just completely distract you from what your main goal, what your work really is, what has led to this success. So this card's in the position of what we don't want. We don't want all of this success and the enjoyment and the indulgence in this celebration of the success to throw us off course. Because then that's going to kind of get rid of the success, right? So we want to maintain this Ace of Swords right here in the middle. And we want to, yes, be aware of the celebration, the enjoyments, the indulgences, take part in them to your heart's content, but always remember that you have to stay vigilant. You have to stay kind of on track. You have to keep to your path, right? And I think that is really the main message. And I kind of like that you have this water sign person in your life that's kind of telling you, hey, you're taking this too far, right? As long as we don't completely reject them, and here's the Nine of Swords. If we completely reject that person or we hear what they're saying and it just kind of, it causes us to just go even harder and more extreme with it. Well, that might lead to a complete tower moment, complete tower event. So we want to listen. We don't want to completely disregard the opposition, right? It's kind of the voice of reason in some sense, even though this person has their own motivations. What they're saying is not entirely wrong, right? We've got to be aware of what we're doing and keep it from going too far so that we can continue to enjoy the success, right? Because I think whatever is going on this month, again, it could just be that it's your birthday season. We're getting very excited for that. It could be a milestone birthday. It's got you really, really, it's got you really anxious, you know. There's a real buildup of this energy, of this really positive energy. So I'm very curious what's going on with you for this month, for the next, like 30 days or so. What you are expecting in your life that has got you in this mood. Because this is fantastic. All right. The configuration of cards is showing that you really have a cause for success. You have a cause for celebration, right? And I think you're going to very much enjoy those celebrations, but you're going to keep things from going too far, right? Let's take a look at this mystery card. I'm very curious if this is going to be some water energy, because I kind of feel like we need something to kind of cool us down. We need to stay hydrated with all this excitement, all of this celebration. We need a little bit of water, but we don't have it. We have the Page of Pentacles. So this to me is that person that wins the lottery and they get $1 million and they're just like, what do I do with it? So maybe they just start buying fancy cars or going out to eat at very expensive restaurants every night, or just spending the money like it's going out of style, right? Because this is the Page of Pentacles. It's somebody who's still learning what to do with all of this success, right? I think this is a very important card for you right now, I think. Because perhaps this is the first kind of major success that you're experiencing, right? The first time that you've had this kind of a paycheck, this kind of a payday, this kind of achievement, whatever it may be. And we certainly don't want to just waste it, right? We want to learn how to use it, kind of make it work for us, right? We want to use this money in such a way that it starts to make its own money, right? Something along those lines. I don't know if this is exactly money. It feels like it more and more, right? That this is something financial. And with the anticipation of this windfall or whatever it might be, maybe you're starting to kind of spend the money before you have it. And the Page of Pentacles here, or the Princess of Discs, as it's called in the Thoth deck, would tell me that, look, we want to be smart about this, right? We want to learn how to spend this money, how to save it, and how to spend it, right? So that it, either lasts for a long time, or so it starts creating more money for us, okay? Not just spend it on fancy dinners and whatever else. So I think this is a really good confirmation. This is a really important message. I don't want it to take away from this excitement, because I feel like this is coming very soon for you. Again, I think in the next 30 days or so. Whatever this is that's coming will be here. And I think you need to prepare for how you're going to handle that excitement, because I feel that there's already this anxiety surrounding it, right? There's already this anticipation, and it's starting to really cause the butterflies and the sweaty palms, because we know it's coming, and it's making us a little bit nervous, I think. Anyway, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. We're going to do an extended, and if you want to stick around for that, please click on the link that's right here. You can have access to all of the extended readings, not just for Gemini, but for all of the zodiac signs. This was your timeless reading, which means whenever you're watching this, you were meant to see it. And I think it's extending, this energy is extending out about 30 days, I feel. Okay. I want to thank you for letting me read for you. I want to thank you for being here. And I do hope that you'll come back and see me again very soon.